Sounds good.
Hello and welcome. Welcome back to the Rise of Kingdom stream. Hey, Plato's here, Taki, Estef. Welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. I am still coughing a little bit, but I am doing better. And in case everyone wondering, as always, I am streaming on YouTube and on Twitch, so whichever platform you prefer to view the stream, I will be watching the chat. Hey Draco, Gigi, and Derpy, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, so today I'm actually getting my account review, and I've always wanted to get my account review by someone else, and I'm really fortunate to have WarDaddy Chad with me today, who will be reviewing my account. So let me just go back onto Discord here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much again for doing this.
Yes, absolutely. These are always so much fun.
Yeah, I think it is. Like, well, and the funny thing is too, right? So like, I always thought it'd be really cool for a proper whale to judge my account, like who's not a whale. So I feel like that would be very interesting to see.
You're being way too kind. Oh gosh.
Like hashtag I'm definitely not a whale. Like I'm still trying to get to 100 million power. Like I've never reached that still.
You are totally a whale. You just don't know it. Everybody's a whale.
No, definitely not. So yeah, I guess to give you a little bit of a background of my account, like I guess I've been playing. I don't know how many KVKs I play now. I lost a lot of KVKs.
That's okay. So losing KVKs aren't bad. That's always fun.
It's yeah. I feel like it's definitely more interesting. Like there's more fighting, I think, for sure. When you're in a losing KVK.
When you're in losing KVK, you tend to be able to pick and choose the fights you want and how much you want to fight, and it's there's a lot of perks to that. Now the other side of that is you don't get the autarchs.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Exactly. Oh, and thank you, Chad, for the 5 gifted. Let's go.
Yeah,
because I never have any like of those special inscriptions still. Like I don't have any of them.
Oh my gosh, that's it. They'll come. Don't worry about it. You'll be okay.
So I guess let's see, where should we start off? Like
well, show me first of all. You're running the Cav skin. Show me.
Yes.
And you're kind of like a mid spender, right? You do some tech and they.
Yeah, like I would say I'm a very, very low spender. Like just to put it into perspective, like here's my system messages. Like here's what I spent in the last month or so. Like the only thing I spent, because I've been hoarding the Vanquisher bundles and the Rite of History for like 3-4 months, so I finally caved in and finally bought it.
That's good.
So like I just finally did it. But even then, like my previous purchase was only the Gem Rush event, which I got the $5 $5 daily bundle just to like get enough gems for it.
Yeah,
like that's literally good. Like all my spending.
Well, judging by the KP you've gotten, you're massively efficient with your account.
Yeah, I try, like, because like as you see, like I have a lot of farms. Like I just like to make use of my farms. Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh, look at them all. It's like a colony.
Yeah, it is. Like it's my little village here. Like.
Okay, so do you typically get to 6 marches, 7 marches, or do you just do 5 during KVK?
For me, I really only have 5 marches. Like I only have gear for 5. Like I have like a 6, but it's not very good.
Okay. Show me your presets real quick
Okay,
and like the 5 you typically do.
so let's see here. Uh, okay, so I've been doing Boudica and YSG,
Okay.
and then I do Zeta and Herman,
Okay.
and then I do CPO and LC, just one
Okay.
infantry, and then I do XY and Honda because I do not have HQ max yet. So
Okay.
that's the main reason why I still use this March. And then the last one is Joe Nevsky, just because it's for Osiris Lee. Normally it's this Nevsky versus Jones, so I'm just too lazy to switch out the equipment again.
Oh, that makes sense. Um, oh, that's good. That's good. So, what commanders are you working on right now?
So right now, let's see here. There's quite a few I'm working on. Like for open field wise, I am working on, where's my HQ? Like I'm working on my HQ. Like it's a 5311.
Okay.
And I'm just saving my gold heads, right? So I have 340 gold heads, so I'm still saving up.
Yep.
And
That's good.
then like on the side, I work on Hera just because like the main reason why is because I have Jan and Jad from my previous kingdom, right? Like because like I kind of played a role where I had to garrison with Jan and Nevsky at one point. And then just having Jan and not having a secondary just bothered the heck out of me. It's kind of like having Attila but not having Takeda, for example. Like that's my position. So I just want to like max Hera just for the sake of it. So I have a proper secondary.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. Where's your William at, by the way?
William, it's at 5551. So I never maxed William. And the
Okay.
funny thing is, like I don't know if you know the story behind this account is because like I was gifted this account like a long time ago, right? So back then, like there was no William on this account, right? So I had to work on it from scratch. And then it just got to a point where like I wasn't really spending on the dailies to purchase him, right? So I just wasn't really gonna invest gold heads into William. So that's why it's kind of stopped at 5551.
So, and of course, as everybody knows, William's still really effective at 5551. And it's funny because I ran XY Honda a lot. I used to run that.
Yeah,
And
it's still I think it's still like I think it's one of the better XY pairing because the XY and William just melted like instantly.
XY Williams, that pops pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think Honda provides more march speed, which is good. Get away from trouble and a little bit of troop cap, but that 57-second normal attack reduction he does is pretty good. It kind of helps keep XY alive.
Yeah. And a
And
slight
then
damage reduction too. Like it just helps a little bit, I think.
100%. And so that's always been kind of the complaint with XY is that he doesn't have a whole lot of defensive capabilities, but if he's fast enough, he can get in and out of trouble pretty quick. And his benefit, of course, is his rage reduction. He fires off so fast.
Yep.
And I think that's a good pairing. I always liked it because, even though you're losing so much upon his damage on his active skill, using him as a secondary, if you're firing him off faster, that helps, that works. And so, and you're doing AoE on both, so that's
Yeah,
great.
that's the thing I like about it, right? Like because I think the AoE on the Honda is like it's a pretty big fan shape, I think, right? Like it's not like a narrow Sun Tzu one. This one's like half a circle, I think.
Yeah, it's a kind of a half moon.
Yeah.
So that looks good. And so, okay, cool. Commanders look good. If the only thing I would maybe, do you like Hulo? Is that something that you're kind of dead set on going for?
I think I mean I'm still like I'm not in a rush to max him. Like
Okay.
I want to see where the next Cav commander goes because the the points I've gotten to him so far is just through the events, like the wheels and like the gem rush event and all that stuff. So I don't think I put any gold heads in him yet. I put 4.
There you go. Well, I think that if you're in a situation where you could, maybe do some wheels and things like that with the new Cav. I mean, you have to assume, right? The
Yeah.
Cav field commander is going to be pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And so that is always a wise decision before you go, invest a bunch of gold heads in an older commander. Just kind of wait and see what they bring out, and you're not in any rush, and I think you're in a good place. So
like I'm just
so you
waiting to
run,
see what the new Cav commander is. Like I feel like everyone is just curious to see like
yeah,
what it is, right? Like everyone's just
yeah.
saving everything for him.
Oh, and I'm gonna die if they give us a garrison commander that's got some smite. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Like I'm secretly praying that it's like Genghis Khan Prime.
That would be so cool.
Like it'll be hilarious. Like you can imagine if it's Genghis Khan Prime.
They would just have to make him bigger than what he is.
Even bigger. Yeah. Like I feel like maybe just tone him up, kind of like what they did with Lapu Lapu.
Oh.
Right? Like Lapu Lapu went from where did
he went from Lapu Lapu to the guy she told you not to worry about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. So do you run the Cav skin? Is that what you typically run for field?
So I think when I field fight, I usually do. Let me see here. What do I have? What the Twilight Falls?
Okay, perfect.
Because like on the off season, I do this skin just for the resource production. Like I'm a farmer, so I do all the little things. But I usually do Twilight Falls. Like I think that's the only.
Well, I think Twilight Falls is perfect for anybody who really only runs like one infantry march, right?
Right.
So you're getting so much value, and you're peeling off a little bit of infantry attack, but it's okay. I mean, and you're running CPO Luce, and that march does so much damage.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite march, I have to say. Like it's definitely one of my favorite.
So, and I like the fact that they one's skill damage and one's smite damage, but they're pretty even on who to run first or second. So a person like me who has crazy arch armaments and a ton of normal attack stuff on my armaments, I can put CPO behind Luce, or I can put CPO in front of Luce and I can run that arch armament. If somebody like you probably got a lot of really good wedge formation stuff. So you can put the wedge and enhance CPO, even though it might not give a little extra benefit to Luce. So I think it makes it versatile. So that looks really good.
I always say my armaments are crap. Because I've never spent the armaments.
Yeah, but you got a farmer. You got to understand. Is that robust? Is that off the epic or the legendary?
It's off the epic. Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to, hold on, click that arrow in 3 lines over there next to filter.
This one, right?
Mm-hmm. Click infantry.
Hey, and Gigi, thank you for the gifted.
Hey, let's go. Okay, click on that top left one.
This one here.
Okay, so you're getting 5% of stats there. Go to compare.
Compare.
That's literally going to give you some more stats.
It's like 2% extra stats, I think.
Yeah. So, I know the robust is really good for the health. But I think overall you're getting more defense there. Look at the next one over. What is that one?
This one, oh, this is also robust. Wow. I've been hoarding. Like this was like 1.5% all damage. I think that's why I hoarded it.
Yeah, that's actually, both of those are better than the one that you've got. The robust I like, just because infantry craves health. Like we know that
Yeah.
they have no health on their gear, on their equipment. So anything in armaments you can do to give infantry health, that's just so big. And so I'd choose that one because to me we've always run off simulators and everything. We've always run the value of all damage is about ×2 health. That's what we always say.
Right.
And so if you're looking at that and you're like, okay, you're going to get about 3% health from 1.5% all damage. But here's what's fun with yours. You've got 7.8% health, and then you've got a robust that's going to give you over 10% health.
Yeah, yeah, that's 10% health. Yeah.
That's good. That's
That's
really
pretty
good.
good. Yeah, because I think the infantry said it's mostly defense too, right? So I
Yeah.
think
It's almost like defense. You're just getting diminishing returns, right? Because you're
yeah.
running up the defensive percentage so high.
And
And
it's
so
5.7% extra march speed. That's actually pretty good. That's actually quite a bit of march speed.
and with Luce, that's fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's like almost as fast as like a calf, I have to say, like this march. Like almost, but not quite.
Okay, so this is really good. Good for you. That's good. Don't sell yourself short. You're doing good. Now the pacifier one is really fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
but the bar.
but I think is that a double inscription somewhere?
That one, it's. Let me find out where it is. It's this one.
Mhm.
This is the health and the infantry march speed.
Okay, click to the one to the left. What does that one say?
That one is.
Oh,
So it's extra attack.
get some extra attack. Well, I mean that's a max roll attack, 3.5% attack. So
Mm-hmm.
you know your health's about the same. You're losing a little bit of health, but are you willing to give up 2.3% march speed for 3.5% attack?
That's a good question because I feel like that kind of goes back to like how much am I going to spend on crystal tech, right? Because I feel like
So,
if I'm spending on crystal tech earlier, like in the KVK, I feel like I'll get the march speed earlier. But if I'm not spending, I feel like I lack the march speed to begin with.
yep, yep.
So
Oh,
I
you're right.
guess it's like a trade-off. I feel like it's kind of yeah, like that's kind of like a dilemma for me.
Yeah, you don't have to decide now, but just keep that one in mind.
Yeah,
So that's it's always pretty good because
I'll keep that one locked. I'll keep that one locked, right? I'll save it for now.
yeah, I think the 2.5 or 2.3% march speed, that's just, gosh, that's so much bonus. That's just cool.
Yeah, because it's also good for pass opening. I've noticed like the extra march speed because like we're always marching to the middle of this like the first pass opening fight, right? So like that march speed for me actually it's kind of useful. I feel.
Yeah, yep. No, that's really good. So from here, I think you're looking good. Let's go to your Nevsky. Let's look at
Oh yeah. Wait,
the
let's
kind of
I'll do this just because it looks cooler to see
oh,
the actual commander. So
okay.
it's this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Well clad, fit.
So
That's good.
I actually never remember what these mean, so I always have to click on it.
Yeah, fit's always health. Well clad is defense. Cavs create defense, right? And
Yeah.
so between like the equipment and the and the skills of cavalry, you typically get a lot of health. So defense is really good for Cavs. That's all damage. Assertive is great.
Mm.
Um,
Here is
and
just a little bit more skill damage.
more skill damage on your epic. That's good. And so I mean, that's pretty clean, farmer. That's I don't know why you think you don't have very good, armaments. That's pretty
But I
good.
always see people with like 10% of everything. I'm like, oh my god, like that's so cool.
Yeah. It's but you gotta people spend an insane amount of money on that stuff, and it's the reason why I like armaments because you don't have to spend a whole lot, and if you're active every day, you're gonna get to a point to where you're gonna be able to outfit 4 and 5 marches that are really good. I mean, you're gonna run that up to 26% of stats with your inscriptions plus 2% all damage plus 1.5% skill damage. That's really good, and so it's yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Like hopefully, like I would just love to get rid of siege. Like the OCD is like I think it's from this. Like it's from this purple one. So I
Go to,
have no choice to like get rid of it.
go to we'll go to cavalry and see what you got. Go up to your filter and see.
Okay, because I think XY has the other. XY has
XY
this one.
got some all
I'm on
damage.
this one.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll hit
that's about,
compare, so it's just easier to see.
I think you're probably pretty good there. I would say that's better. Now
That's an
this one,
arch. Why is it showing calves? Like that's not calves.
because you might not have cat stats on the other ones, like everything below that. Yeah, you do right
That's
there.
weird. See, this filter system is broken.
Yeah, it might be broke. Maybe it wants you to look at the
I
rare
wonder.
inscription.
Yeah, maybe they count this one too. Maybe I don't know.
Well, that one, focus fire is great. That thing is awesome. I mean, that's just 4%, straight across the board, 4% boost to skill damages. So
Yeah,
good.
plus like another all damage here. So I have that on my archer.
Okay, so your Joan looks really good. Let's go to your XY.
Yep. So here's the second calf set.
Okay. See, I
Guarded
mean, guarded is good, just in the sense that it helps you reduce the damage.
by
If you
20.
can,
Yeah, by 20%. Like I mean, there's only a 10% chance, but I guess it still helps. I guess if I'm on the
yeah,
field.
the reason why guarded is good is because it's not like that procs on just a random turn. It procs on skill damage.
Oh,
So
okay.
basically, you got a 10% chance. So over the course of 5 cycles, where you're taking skill damage, 10 times, it's guaranteed, not necessarily guaranteed, but I mean, odds are it's going to fire off one time. So
Right.
it mitigates skill damage 20% for that turn. So on average, that's basically a flat 2% skill damage mitigation. That's how you have to look at it. Because you're going to take basically for every 10 skill cycles or every 10 active skills that fire off 5 skill cycles, you'll get that to proc. And then so you just spread out the 20% damage reduction. You spread that out over 10 active skills, and that gives you basically 2% skill damage mitigation. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Plus the I guess plus the 5% from Honda. So I guess it stacks up a little bit more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think
So
cleanser is useless, unfortunately.
useless, but your defense is really, really good. And with some additional all damage in there, that works out really good. I mean, these are,
I don't even know where that one's from, actually. Oh, it's from purple. Some of these purples actually not too bad, I think.
yeah. So I think the cap on the purple is 1.5 for all damage. That's the highest roll. And then yeah, cleanser there. That's go to your cavalry filter. See what else you might have. I mean, you're running up about six.
Wow, okay, I have one
600.
on Justinian. Let me compare it. Wait, oh, midterm.
Oh, you got to do your midterm.
Ah, it's okay. It's okay. I can do it like tomorrow too.
Okay, so that's what is that? 6.3% of stats. Yeah, I mean that's really good. That works out.
So I guess until I get like a better one, I
Mhm.
guess like that just stays for now, I guess.
We just stick with it, even though cleanser just makes you want to cringe. Your OCD, like
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Like it's just a shame. Like it's just like wow, like really barb damage.
Now, you think that's crazy until like in 2605, Yoda had all this crazy barb, you know, legendary inscriptions, and he would put that stuff on like a Mina Nevsky march, and it was one of the best pass swarming marches you had ever seen. I think he ran this.
Oh, that's a
He
good point,
ran
actually. Yeah,
he
yeah,
ran the
yeah.
barb damage up to like 50%. I mean, it was just stupid. It was so dumb.
That's actually a good point, actually, because I guess it never really swarms the pass, so I
Yeah,
never really thought of it that way.
that's good. I think you're in good shape. So
So I guess like all these, like I guess I'll just keep working on them from whatever I get from the chests and everything. And then this is the one for Boudica.
okay. Oh,
Like I do wish
nice.
it's higher on health because it's stacked on defense.
Defense is okay for archers. It's not. It's it's not as I don't want to say bad, but I'll just say it's definitely more relevant on archers than infantry. Um, or cavalry, it's really important. For archers, I think it's kind of middle of the road. And then infantry is just not that important compared to the gear. So I think that's okay.
I think, let's see, this is number 1, and then I'll do archer number 2 first. So this is archer number 2.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Armor
really good.
is, yeah, it's more defense again. Like, I don't know why it's all defense, like, it's giving me. But
But that's, let's see. So you got 6% from attack. You've got 12% from defense with your inscription. So you're running up 24.8% with your health. And then all damage you go, 3% health. So you're running that up to 27, 28% of stats. And so I know you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I don't have like 30% of stats, 10
no.
across the board. But I mean, 27 is pretty good.
Yeah.
28 is
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good. And then you add
getting
focus
there.
fire. Yeah, but you add focus fire to it. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. It's just curious, like, what are your thoughts on the new, like, these blue inscriptions? Like, do you like them?
Yeah, some of them I think are really good.
I think
There's a flat 3% normal attack damage one in Arch that I really like. That's on the emblem
arch.
Arch.
It
That's
was
at the top.
arch. Oh wait, this one.
Yeah, if you go to the emblem, um,
This one.
yeah, forceful is just a flat 3%. And when you put that on, that's like basically putting, you know, um, a double crit on your greatest glory, right? It's just like adding, because like for Luce, that's all damage, right?
Yeah.
3% to normal attacks, all damage. And this is what you have to understand too. Like if you go to your wedge and you go to your forceful on wedge, or not forceful,
Which
focus fire.
see which over here.
Click on that. Okay, so that's a 4% boost. Anytime you hear the word boost, and this was something that we were all trying to figure out, and Seawill did a really good job with it. Boost is different from the skill damage increase. Like you'll see like wedge gives you 5% skill damage increase, right?
Okay, yep.
And the pendant, right, that you can put on as an accessory is a 5% skill damage increase. When you see the term boost, boost is more important because boost comes at the end of the equation. So basically, the way Lilith, and they didn't do it right, but when they use the verbiage boost, and if you look in the reports and you kind of figure out the numbers, um, boost is better than increase. Like if you hear, increases normal attack by 3.5%, okay, that's fine. If you see where it's a 3% normal attack boost, then that's at the end of the equation. So basically what it does is take all your skill damage increase, and then it adds the 4% boost to all your skill damage increase. Does that make sense?
Interesting. I never knew that or thought of that actually.
It's
Who
it's
who discovered this? Like,
that was Seawill
oh,
from Nine.
interesting.
So he put it all together, and he was like, when they in English, when they use the term boost, because they use a different term in Chinese, and it makes sense a little bit more in Chinese.
Yeah.
But when they translate it to English, you have to kind of look for that term boost, and boost basically means, okay, this is a percentage increase at the end of the equation. Like once everything's been taken into consideration, and you've gotten all your skill damage increases, and you have your percentage there, then you take the boost and then you add 4% to that, and it's even more than a regular skill damage increase.
Oh, that's actually very interesting.
It's
That's
really
actually
interesting.
very interesting. I never like even thought of it. How it's sometimes I feel like they have too many
Like if you go to the emblem of the arch formation.
move the arch. Show me.
Yeah. So go to fearless real quick.
Um,
No, you had it.
Oh wait, I
You
had
were
it.
there.
Emblem of the
Arch.
Fearless. Okay, here we
So
go.
8% boost to normal attack or normal damage, because basically what they're saying is they take all normal damage, all your normal attack increase percentage, all of that, and then they boost your total normal attack or your total normal damage. And like when I put that on Luce or when I put that on Attila and put Gorgo behind Attila, I mean, it is insane what that does to smite damage. I mean, it's insane. And so it's really cool to kind of have a little bit of differentiation. And like if you click on the one below the description that says smite, click
Let's
on that one.
see. So smite this one.
Hmm. Okay, this is 2% more normal damage of all types. Okay, so that's when they use the term 2% more normal damage or 2% more normal attack, that's all at the front of the equation if you're looking at this like in terms of numbers. And so those all go into the equation at the beginning. And then when you see the term boost, it'll boost it after it. So for instance, if let's say you've got um, let's just start with a number of 100%, right?
Yep.
And you run your normal attack um, you run your normal attack percentage up from the greatest glory and this smite, and let's say you run it up 10%. So you're at 110% normal attack. Well, then when you add 4% boost, that's not just 4%, it's 4.4% because it's adding up 110%. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay, okay. So I guess now
So
now that's why Lilith has all these different wordings. Sometimes like I always wonder like why did they word it like this?
well, like and what's funny, I think that they've been trying to do a better job of enlisting more bilingual and people who can translate because it really helps because the Chinese to English is really hard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's not easy. And so I think they're trying to do their best, but they miss the mark a couple of times when they're trying to describe a skill or something. So
Because I wonder if the other thing is too like do you think they have like too many inscriptions? Like there's so many and some of them are the same thing but different names.
mhm, yeah. And so sometimes I think it's the same.
Yeah.
If they say normal attack, normal attack, increase of all types, or normal attack damage of all types is increased by X amount of percent, or they'll say, um, norm, normal attack, increases by X percent, or normal attack damage increases by X percent. But when they say normal attack boost, that's where you find it. That's a little bit different. So it's still weird. I mean, you just honestly you got to go in and try to decipher the equations, and that's what makes it hard.
Yeah.
So
I guess shout out to Lilith if Lilith is watching. Like less is more. Like less inscriptions. Simplify it. Make it easier for everybody. Okay, so I guess let's see here. So I guess let's see. We did all five actually. Oh wait, hang on, I just realized. Oh, I just realized we lost. Wait, did I lose internet? 1 second here. I hope I did not lose internet. It's still running, right? Okay, good. I don't know why YouTube is telling me. Is YouTube is saying like I'm not having enough stream data. No. Oh, it seems like I think I lost chat. But let's see. Let me go back to the chat. Let me read the chat really quickly. Oh hey Tong, yeah, this is an account review of my own account from WarDaddy Chad here. It's actually my very first time getting my account review. And Soup Gaming, hello, welcome. Hope you're well. And Lefty, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Taki Taki, solid damage is all included. think Chad is back into the VC. Maybe he got disconnected.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had to
That's
restart
okay.
my Discord.
I thought it was
So
my internet. I thought
no,
I lost internet.
no, you're all good. So your armaments look great. So let's go to your gear. Let's see what you're running
So I
for
guess
Joan.
so I guess I'll show you the first set of archer gear first.
Okay, perfect.
So this one is missing an accessory. So I mean, I'm hoping to craft a horn.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
And then here is the second archer set, which I'm still working on. I'm trying to do the 2 KVK piece, and then 2 Dragon's Breath, and then 2 leadership. So I need to replace the gloves, and then the helm and the weapon next. Once I get the coins.
That's great. And I love the leadership little 2-piece bonus and the fact that you can get health and a
Yeah,
little bit of speed. That's what's really cool about it.
yeah, I think that's actually really helpful because like using Zetto and Herman, I actually like the Mars speed. If anything, like Boudica and YSG, it's actually the slower one. So like I wonder, like I've been kind of thinking like, is it wise to eventually flip the set?
Well, yeah, what I think a lot of players are trying to do is they break up Herman and Zuge, and they'll run like Herman YSG and then like Zuge Boudica, or Boudica Zuge, and that because players that I typically talk to now, I run Boudica Arty and until I
Ah,
got
okay.
Ash, and Boudica Arty is probably the slowest. I mean, it's slower than molasses. I think you can.
It's
It's so
really, yeah.
it's so slow, but I would get frustrated and just put Honda behind Boudica because it was so slow. But
I
yeah,
tried that too actually. Like I think that's what I did too for the March speed.
and no, I agree with you there. And so I think you know, if you run Boudica with YSG, try to get as much March speed on it as you can. If you know, if you're going to do what some other players are doing and kind of break up the archers and break up Zuge and Herman, then maybe put you know Zuge with YSG, or maybe put Boudica with Zuge and then Herman with YSG, and see if you're able to get good trades from both instead of like really good trades from Zuge and Herman, and you know, kind of so trades from Boudica YSG. Does
Yeah,
that make sense?
that's how I feel. Like yeah, with Boudica YSG, it's like it's okay, but like not great.
Hmm.
Like that's my biggest complaint.
Yeah, yeah. So, and it's not awful, but it's just it's maybe. I mean, Zuge and Herman are both so overpowered. Like they're both so
They're
good
really strong. Yeah.
that it's almost like, okay, can you break those two up and try to get, you know, try to get a little bit better trades collectively with the 2 marches than you would just run a Boudica YSG as a second march. And so, yeah, that'll be fun to play around with. It'll be cool.
Yeah, because I mean I like your idea of splitting up Zetto and Herman just because I feel like Boudica and YSG between these 4 commanders, they're the 2 oldest, right? Between the 4. So maybe
Yeah,
it's a good idea to actually mix them around.
yeah, yeah. I'm with you. So your gear looks great. The 6-piece set on
Mhm.
archers is so great.
Yeah, like actually like I got lucky on the 6-piece. Like these are all first crit. Like the chest piece, the
Gosh,
weapon, and the boots, they were all like first crit. So actually I was really happy because like they're the health and defense pieces. The attack
yeah,
piece is not the biggest loss for not getting a crit, but I actually was happy for the bow, especially because it's so expensive.
yeah. It's super expensive and defense is so great. So no, that's awesome. I think you're good on your sets there. You know what you're doing. I mean, it's not like you need advice. It's always good to sanity check though.
Yeah, like I mean, like the other thing is sometimes I feel like it's like even for me, I ask like, is it like do you think it's better to refine, sorry, awaken the equipment or to refine them
I
first?
think yeah, I think if you're this is kind of the policy I use. If you're at 75%,
Mm-hmm.
then you go ahead and refine and get your crit. Um, if you're at 50%, it's kind of a toss up. Do you, you know, put 2 blueprints in it and try to get a crit. But but if you've got your gear at 0, if you just crafted it or if you haven't used a refine and you got it at 0%, then just use awakening. I mean, because awakening for especially for the level 2 is so cheap
Yeah.
when it comes to the materials. Like for boots and gloves, it's like 10 materials. And like for the helmet and pants, it's like I think 15 materials. It's like just not that much.
Yeah, like it's actually like and you're guaranteed like a stat boost.
Mhm. Correct. And so you get incremental value instead of just staring at your percentage go up.
Yeah, like
So
the worst is getting when you're refining and it's like 25% 4 times.
oh, it's brutal. It's the worst thing ever. I
Yeah,
mean, it makes you want to quit the game. I mean, it just
that's what happened to me on my KVK sword.
oh,
Like
it would take
when
forever.
Plato crafted his and got the crit on the first try, I was just like I was heartbroken on the inside. Like I was
Yeah.
happy for him, but I was heartbroken at the same time.
Oh, you can be jealous.
Like,
You can be a little angry at him. It's your
oh,
fault, Plato.
like
Um, but no, that gear is great. I mean, you're grabbing 2 pieces for that set. I mean, that's kind of the meta set there, and so um, that's awesome. What do you put on your XY?
the XY is this one. It's just the 4-piece set
Perfect.
with a
That's the
vengeance. And the reason why I have vengeance is because, like I said, I was garrisoning at one point in my RK gaming career, so that's why I had the vengeance.
yep, yep. I love it, and the 4 piece is great. So
Yeah, the
you're
4-piece actually works really good, I think. Um,
so you're actually running 11% of counterattack just based off the 4 piece and the vengeance, right?
is it 3? Yeah.
That's good. That's really good. So if they do go focus XY, he's kicking out more counterattack,
Yeah.
and that's that's at least something. I mean, at least you're kind of taking them with you.
Yeah,
Say,
that's how I feel. Like, like if I'm gonna swarm, like, okay, this is the best I can do for that.
no, that's really good. No, your calves are perfect. I mean, that's if you're gonna run, and for anybody who's watching on stream, if you're gonna run 2 calf sets and you get the KVK stuff, then you always want to make sure you have Ash and the Vars, which are the pants and the gloves, because that's all health, and that's great.
Yeah.
And then from there, with your KVK set, you want the 2 piece, and then if your second set doesn't have the KVK set, you want 4 piece, and that's the best way to do your calves.
And I also didn't realize the pants give like an extra 2% on the awakening. Like
Yeah, isn't that
health.
wild?
That's actually pretty good, actually.
It's just so much health. I mean, they give you 4 points on the
The base
actual
health,
base
yeah. Yeah. And then
Extra
plus
3%.
another, I guess 3% with the crit.
Yeah, so that's you got 19% health on your pants with 4 points of base health.
Yeah, so like I'm pretty happy with that. Like even just like getting to level 2, like I think that's actually a super good upgrade.
Yeah, that's good, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
They give Ash of the Dawn Prince so much and Lucerne Scrolls, and
Oh yeah, that's where I get them. Like I think that's
Yeah.
the best. That's the easiest way for me to get them.
That's really easy. So that's good. So show me. Go back to your infantry real quick because I think your infantry is in pretty good shape.
Like this is the my set with the least luck. Like I have no crit on anything here. Because I actually had 2 infantry set before, but there were not all of them were legendary, and I condensed it into 1.
No, this is really good, and the dagger is really good. Number 1 because your CPO Luce is super fast, right? So it's gonna be right there with the calves and hidden marches first, and then the dagger is great for Luce because Luce does his proc where he does 2 basic attacks in like 1 turn, and so anything that procs off of a any kind of basic attack, Luce just kind of helps give you more of those basic attacks to proc up, a web or a dagger or proc, Alex's, instant damage proc, so that's why it's good for Luce. So a lot of people use Luce and they'll put a dagger on him, or they'll put the web on him, and he just gives you more chances to make that proc. So.
And I think I just had this dagger from such a long time ago, so
Oh yeah.
it's just
Oh
like
yeah.
it's just like okay, it's got to go somewhere.
I still got my dagger. I still run it.
Yeah, I think it's like my. I feel like it's like my first legendary accessory. I don't know. I forgot. Like, cause I think you get it from the choice chests or something.
Mm-hmm. And another thing with Luce, he has a built-in rage engine. Because of that. No, go to Luce as a commander real quick.
Let's see. Wait, this guy.
Yeah, go look at his. I think it's his fourth skill. Is that right? No, go to his expertise. Okay, so 20. There's no cooldown on this. So 25% of the time he does an additional extra damage or extra basic attack. So if you're doing like 1,500 in white numbers, all of a sudden that goes to 3,000. Well, sometimes you're like, well, is that the ring procking? But that's actually his basic attack where it'll go twice. And when it goes twice, then anything that procs off of a basic attack has 2 chances in that turn to proc. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep, I think
So
so.
so if you've got a dagger or a web, or if you've got if you're getting rage from your talents, like every attack you get 3 rage on a couple of the different talents you get in the talent tree. Anything that you have that will proc will give you more chances. They'll give you twice as many chances in that one turn when he does this expertise, and he does it 25% of the time. So he has a built-in rage engine, because when that procs, then you get so much extra rage from an extra turn, if you will. Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah, like this stuff I actually never actually think about. I kind of just follow like what people say. I'm like, okay, let's go. Okay, let's just do that too.
Yeah, no, and that's, I mean, that's what most everybody does. I mean, it's just, this is a copycat game. I mean, just what works, that works. Okay, I don't know why it works, but that's what
Yeah,
we're going to use.
exactly.
And so, but that's some of the things that's why like a Luce Alex is really potent, because it gives Alex an extra turn, if you will, an extra chance to proc his, you know, his instant damage that he does, and so there's synergies there, and so that's why I was trying to figure out where I'm putting my dagger, and I was watching a couple of videos, and I think OmniArch did one, and but he was talking about Luce, and how he kind of has a built-in rage engine, so you don't really need to put the horn on him. But then
Oh,
I started
oh,
thinking about it. I'm like, well, wait a minute. That still works for dagger and web and anything else, even the ring, anything else that gives you chances to proc. If he gives you an extra basic attack, then that's awesome. That works out really, really well. So basically you have to look at it this way, where on average, your Nevsky March is going to give you in 4 seconds is going to give you four attacks, 4 chances to proc anything that it might have. A Luce is going to give you 5 chances in those 4 seconds on average. So it's just like one extra one extra chance to proc something, or to gain more rage, or to do whatever, and you're doing more damage, right? So,
I feel like that's why he's such a great commander.
oh, he's so good.
Like
He's so
he's one of my recent favorite for sure. Like because I think I expertise him, and then I just thought, wow, okay, like I'm actually really happy with him.
hey, no, this is like what I was talking about. Go to CPO real quick and look at his skills,
CPO, yep.
because he's got the instant proc.
Sit,
Go to his third skill,
sit
I
third
think.
one.
Okay, the additional damage for 3 seconds. That 500. You know how CPO does that proc where red numbers will show up 3 times.
Oh,
So that has a chance to proc more often with Luce.
okay,
So does that make sense?
yeah. So I
So
always play in dot mode, so I feel like I never see the
it just
damage.
it does really good. So
Maybe that's why.
that verbiage there helps explain it. Whenever their troop launches a basic attack, well, Luce launches a double basic attack. 25% of the time. So you get instant procs much quicker. And so that's why there's good synergies with CPO and Luce, just like there is with Alex and Luce when it comes to that.
It's such a strong march. I think it's like my favorite infantry march. Like if I just running one, I think I'm really happy with it.
I mean, you just got to play like a baboon to get that thing to not trade well. I mean,
Yeah,
you've literally got to be like Black Panther out there,
yeah,
because it's such a strong march. I mean,
yeah.
it's going to trade good every time.
Because I think for me, like I also really like the slow, like the smart speed reduction. Like I think that's actually like super helpful.
What is your what's that arch armament you got on him?
Oh, let's see. I have.
Oh,
So I built this what's breaker.
breaker's
Oh,
good.
this one's
Breaker's,
even reducing more their defense.
yeah, breaker's like a mini web.
Yes,
Um,
I kind of like hoard different armaments formations just to build something out of it.
Now, spirited is, and this is something that people need to understand. This is a complete waste of time, because we've tested this over and over. You get 5% extra damage when you have over 70% rage. When you hit your active skill, your rage goes to 0. So you don't get the damage on your active skill. And I sent this to VIP support. I was like, there's no point.
Oh,
There's no point to this inscription. Like, it's not boosting your active skill. Like, well, yeah, when your active skill fires, it's got 0 rage. And I'm like, well, then what's the point of this? You just basically get 5% damage for a couple of turns every now and then. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And
I
so
never knew that.
it tricked me too, because I kept hitting barbarians. I'm like, why is my all damage falling off? And then I do it in battle, and it's the same thing. It was like my all damage keeps falling off in my reports, and I sent it to VIP. I was like, what's going on with this? And then they confirmed, like, yeah, it doesn't work for your active skill. I'm like, well, what's the point of this?
So yeah, why is it here in the first place? Like why put something that's just waste of time?
Yeah, it is. That's actually some pretty good art. You got a good head start on your arch armaments.
Yeah, the stats like it's just pretty good because like my thinking it's like if I had to run 2 infantry, like this is what I'll use, like LC and Alex. So I think that's why I think I started building an infantry one just in case. Sorry, an arch formation one for infantry just in case.
Yes. Yeah, that's really good. If you the thing I love about 2 infantry marches is that CPO has he has so much good synergy with Guan, right? And you can run the Guan CPO, and then Alex really helps Luce. Here's what's crazy about Alex. He got the defense from the museum.
Where's Alex? This one.
But when you actually look at what he does and you look at his active skill, the 30% all damage that three enemy marches take for 4 seconds is just, it's dumb. I mean, it's just like we forget that this is like one of the best debuffs in the game. And I think because Luce and Alex have so much synergy, this is kind of reviving Alex a little bit. 960 was running a bunch of this, and this is what I run, and I loved it. It was so fast, and his instant proc on his second skill would fire off quicker because Luce's given extra basic attacks, and so people who are kind of saying, "Hey, I only do 1 infantry march. I'm thinking about 2." Well, you kind of have 2 built in, and you have 2 built in with old commanders like Juan and Alex.
Yep.
And so it's really a lot of value, to if you want to run 2 infantry marches.
And I kind of like how they're reviving like some of these old commanders to make them more relevant because like I think it's good because I hate the idea of them like making old commanders completely obsolete. So it just feels like it's a waste of investment.
Well, I think this brings us, kind of to the next question I got for you. So have you fought an artifact KVK yet?
I did actually. I played Warriors and Bound against 960 before.
So
For like
you gotta
1 pass opening.
you gotta think about that for like your XY.
because if you use your artifact for cavalry, what would you run with XY? And there's a couple of things that you could do pretty easily. You could run like a Luce Alex for your infantry march and then go put CPO behind XY and just go nuts. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And so to where you can kind of get Honda off the field, right? You don't have to run Honda. So that's one of the things I think with the artifacts. So you were bringing up, commanders that they make relevant again. We were using, Specco's got his simulator. That's real easy to use, and it's not 100% accurate, but it gives you a kind of a really good baseline of what certain things do with each other. And I kept testing the Gorgo Attila, and then I tested Attila Gorgo, and because I'm a cavalry player, right? I got crazy arch armaments.
Yep.
And I ran the Attila Gorgo, and in the simulator, it was like it was like broken. I was like, there's something wrong here because this is not supposed to be this powerful. And then we got into that zone 5 last KVK with 960, and we were running Gorgo Attilas, and that was really strong because they've just the normal attack from Attila, the all damage boost, it all helps Gorgo. They have perfect synergy. Well, when you run Attila first, you kind of bridge his 30% normal attack boost on his active skill into Gorgo's Smite. And when we started running that 960, like they couldn't rally us. Like there was nothing they could do. And they would even throw double rallies at us. And Attila Gorgo would just eat them both. Just murder them. And so, to think that in 2024, with the advent of Smite damage and then using the artifact, like you're making Attila so relevant again and that kind of KVK. And it was so much fun to do. And it was just, everybody was like, oh God, here we go. We got Attila again. But it really did well. And we would rally with Attila Luce all the time. I mean, just because
interesting. Attila. That's actually really cool.
So when you go to Attila's active skill, it's going to raise that normal damage 30%, I think it is, for 4 seconds. Yeah. So it's going to give you a normal damage boost for 4 seconds. Or let me see, is that right? For 4 seconds?
I think.
Yep. It's first line for 4 seconds.
Yep. Next 4 seconds.
So you get the normal damage boost, and then you go hit the Smite with Luce. That's like 30% all damage.
That's crazy, man. I wonder what would be another cool pairing, like with the artifact. Like,
okay, here's another one that's really cool. Do you have Ash unlocked?
I have. Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I have every single commander unlocked on this account. I've been kind of hoarding commanders.
This is really cool with Ash. See down there?
This guy, right?
Yeah. So go to his expertise. Okay. So there's no cooldown on this. So anytime an active skill is used, he procs one of the, it's kind of roulette, right? He procs one of these buffs. And this is what's crazy. I ran Joan with Ash. I put the artifact on Ash and ran him with Joan. And so when Joan procced her second active skill, like I would stack these up. Now they don't stack with one another. Like you can't go 30% attack and then another 30% attack and get 60% attack, but they'll stack with each other. So I think at one point, Piltong from 960, he ran a rally with Harold and Ash, and I was like, "What the hell is this? What is he?"
Ash.
I was like, "What is he doing?" And every time Harold threw axes, it would proc that expertise every time. And so just the pure stats that Ash gives every time an active skill fires off it was just insane. And it like did as well as any other rally. I couldn't believe it. And so people are like running Harold Ash in the field. And I was running Joan Ash. And so there are so many cool little things you can do with the artifact to where you can put that on Ash. You can put him with a commander that does multiple active skills, and then that just enhances his expertise. And so that was a really cool one. That was really interesting. Attila Luce in the field was really, really interesting. There are a couple of others, like I think putting Herman behind like Nevsky, I think, was really crazy.
Nevsky, wow, that's like, to me that's just very interesting. Like, it keeps the game refreshing when you can have like pairings like
Yes,
that. Like, that's for me very refreshing.
it's
Where's
there
Herman?
was there was I think Peace was
Here.
running. I think Peace was running Zuge behind CPO, and she was like, "Oh my God, you guys haven't lived until you run CPO Luce or CPO Zuge." I'm sorry, not Luce. I mean Zuge. So you go put the infantry artifact on Zuge, you put them behind CPO, and it's just like, what are we doing?
It's like
It's just
light
crazy.
bulb. Like,
It's crazy.
I'm still waiting for the day when something can work with Genghis Khan.
Oh, me too. Golly, can they just give him? I mean, his museum buff. He needs like 40% health. He just
Like,
needs.
make something work, please. That'd be so cool. Like, just like, or like Edwards, like something, like make something that can make him be relevant again somehow.
But anyways, that's so if we're thinking about stratagems, I think stratagems of the KVK that's got the artifact, Warriors Unbound obviously is. So those are KVKs that make some interesting combinations and make it a lot of fun. So
Yeah, because the thing is, I don't know if you know, like I've played so many Heroic Anthem KVKs. I'm so bored of it, so I'm like just dying to play something else.
yes, I agree. And at least we don't have any fog anymore.
Oh yes, the thing is like, okay, the thing is like, I always play Heroic Anthem, and it was this main account and my alt account, so I would have to clear the fog on both accounts. That was really annoying.
That's awful.
Like, I mean, and the thing is like, I don't use my, I still have my Lost Kingdom maps. Like, I don't use them, right? So I've been hoarding these. Like, I wonder if I should just open a whole bunch of them for speed ups and then just leave one behind for memories.
You minutes or just 1 minute of speed ups? Open one.
Like, I think you get, oh, I can only use in Lost Kingdom. I can't even open them now.
But you could use it. And so you can use it in Lost Kingdom, and it gives you
I think
a
it's a
speed up.
5 minute speed up, I think.
Yeah, there you go. 2,400 5-minute speed ups.
That's pretty good. I can like contribute to my 100 million power goal. So I want to take a screenshot of getting 100 million power and frame it on my wall. That's kind of like my ROK goal. Like, my closest was 97. People said like I just went for 100. I don't know why.
Well, it's about 59, about 60 days of speed ups if you get 5 minutes for each one. So yeah, there you go.
Like, I definitely get my speed ups from barb chaining. So
Holy
I could use
jeez,
them.
that is the most. That's legitimately the most 1 minute speed ups I've ever seen in my life.
And I don't know if I told you, like, last KVK I went for top 20 honor points against 429. And the thing is, we only have one Altar of Darkness throughout the entire KVK, so I have to stay in top 20 without any altar. So that's where I got all my 1 minute speed ups.
Oh gosh, Armor, you grind that out. Golly.
Yeah, I spent quite a bit of AP, more than I should have. It's probably not the most efficient last KVK, but I just wanted the conquest coin to finish my KVK weapon, because it's just been so long that I just want to finish it like super badly.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Go back to the.
Go back to where?
Stop.
This one?
You're on equipment.
Oh,
The other.
the other page.
What are you doing with all these kingdom chests? Are you gonna open these?
Oh, Okay, so I got this bad habit from GG where we hoard these. I would open them when I get more than one.
Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Oh, what
Like
are y'all doing?
I will definitely open them for sure, but they just look so nice right now. I'm a hoarder.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh gosh. Well, listen, I gotta run, but it's been awesome hanging out with you.
And
And
thank
any
you
other questions
so much
you've got?
again.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And like I said, you know what you're doing. I mean, you already got. What's fun with doing account reviews is that sometimes people will forget. They'll have three pieces of equipment on two different infantry marches, and you're like, hey, why don't you just move your gloves over to that march
yeah,
and get four-piece there, and you're not losing any set piece over here. And they're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And so it's always good to go through sanity checks, and I do the same thing. I'll have Peace or Chiskel or Cortex or somebody always look at my account like, am I missing something? What's going
yeah.
on
Like
here?
from a different perspective. I think that's what I like about this a lot because like I wanted to get like an outside perspective.
Mhm. No, it's great. It's great.
But again,
So,
thank you so much again for taking your
oh,
time for this. Like I think it went a little longer than usual, but thank you so much again. I really
it
appreciate
was
it.
fun. It was fun. Anytime. Anytime.
All right, take care. I'll see you
Okay.
later.
All right, Farmer.
Awesome. So here we go. That was my account review. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And let's see, Draco says you only cleared the fog in HA once. So now you just cleared zone 4 and 5 of KL. I think I cleared I used to clear it 100% just to get the achievements from the Chronicles. But I'm really glad that there's no more fog. So on that note, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in, and once again, thank you for WarDaddy Chad for helping me to review my accounts. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I forgot to say, hello, Combat Carl. How are you? Sorry, I just saw your message. Welcome. I'm sorry that now it's time to wrap up the stream, but thank you once again, and I shall see you next time.